Good morning, Go Wilders. Here is this week's small wild act of wellness for you. And as we're heading towards the solstice, the time of greatest light, longest days, most activity, I would like to ask you the question as to whether you are taking enough time doing anything non-stimulating. So this time of year, we're kind of at our most stimulated. There's so much light around, there's so much activity. Our calendars are probably full. We're making lots of plans, and what we're doing now actually is we're living the plans that we made back in the spring when we got those first surges of energy. Now we're actually living that out. And I wonder what that's feeling like for people, and if they're starting to feel a little bit frazzled and a little bit wired and tired. It's something we do need to guard against in these longer days. Obviously our circadian rhythm does adjust to kind of take on board the fact that there is more light, and we might be feeling more energetic and we'll have more lust for life perhaps. But it's still really important, like with that extra time that we've got in the day, that some of that time is a well-being time. It's time to de-stimulate, to de-stress ourselves, not to add in more stimulating activity. So I'd like to encourage you this week to try and pick up something that maybe you've let slide. So there may have been a practice over the last 6 months, we've been doing this nearly. So one of those practices that you really connected with, but perhaps you've let it go. Perhaps you've kind of been too busy and you haven't had time to fit it in. I'd like to encourage you to reconnect with that, and maybe even in terms of trying to get to sleep at night. So it's quite hard, isn't it, in the summer to start to feel tired, to start to feel sleepy before bedtime because there's so much light around. So then we have to start to really take action in terms of how we bring ourselves down, how we get ourselves ready for sleep. So it might be that, a good foot rub, or, a few moments of just mindful sitting, of doing nothing, of drifting. Any of the things that we've perhaps done over this last few months, we could kind of slot that into that time before bed. Maybe it's a time when you might watch the news or put the telly on or listen to the Archers on the radio. That's just me. But see if we can maybe park that stimulating activity and slip in a non-stimulating, a restful, quiet one. So it sounds like I've been joined by some of the dogs of the neighbourhood. So I'm going to sign off now. But good luck for this week's Wild Act of Wellness, and I'll see you next week. Bye.